are for another everyday Qigong set. So the idea of this set is to introduce you to Qigong really and get you, I mean, don't get me wrong, they are proper Qigong exercises. It will help to open up your body, help your mind sink into the body, but all of these things, they come with time, with practice. To start with, there can be a general feeling of just waving my hands about what's going on. The idea of the arm movements is that they start to create movements within inside the body. So you're opening up the spaces inside the body, closing the spaces inside the body, opening them so that you get this kind of stretching going on internally. When you do that, you're opening up the internal spaces so that Qi can move and flow and start to do what it needs to do. You also need to be bringing your mind inside the body. So to find that calm, find the peace, find the ease within the body, the mind needs to absorb itself into the body. And that is where the practice comes in. That's where the time comes in, because you have to get yourself to a point of awareness where you actually start to experience that and actually start to do that. Now, some people can do that anyway if they've done a lot of meditation, a lot of awareness training, and they've got a lot more of awareness of what's going on inside the body. But if you've never done anything like it before, it can be a bit weird and wonderful actually realizing that you do have internal spaces within the body. You can bring your mind inside the body, and by doing so in a released fashion, you can start to get your Qi to move, and you can start to exercise and build the body in a completely different way. Qigong should build the body from the inside out. So it's opening up the internal spaces to start with, allowing the mind to sink into the body, and using your breathing to open up and close the body down. Now, to start with, we're just doing normal breathing. There are lots of other breathing techniques out there. You probably find hundreds of videos on YouTube with lots of different breathing techniques. For now, all you need to concentrate on is just breathing into the belly, opening the belly up, closing the belly down. Now, when I say closing it down, it's an expansion and a contraction without force. So you're not trying to make it open and you're not trying to force it to close. If you do that, all you'll do is you build tension into your practice and you end up where you won't get the results that you want. You really do need to release inside the body. You need to open the body. You need to relax. We say relax, and everyone will tell you to relax, but what they actually mean is release. It's like a clenched fist. I spoke about it a little while ago. It's skill and a quality that you gain. So this idea of Gung is, first of all, it's the skill of being able to, if you tense your fists together really tight, and then you just release them, it's that kind of feeling that you're looking for within the body. It's that kind of melting butter type thing, the release. So that's the skill of Gung, where you find the tension and then you learn to let it go. And then the quality of Gung is where the body opens up and you start getting that comfort and that peace and that ease inside the body. Okay, now, a lot of misconceptions with Qigong is that, oh, it's flowing, slow movements, and it's so beautiful. And it is. You are working towards getting your body to enter a sublime state, if you like. But it's not just waving your arms about. And the physicalities of that can be quite demanding on your body if you push yourself too far too fast. So you are sinking in through your, what they call it the quar, it's like the bikini line. You're sinking in down there, relaxing the hips through, sinking down through the legs, and allowing gravity to flow down through the body, and everything sinks. Okay, now that creates like a downward pressure, and it pushes down all the internal structure. And over time, it can be almost like you've done sit-ups, push-ups, going for running, or doing any of the normal external bodybuilding things, but it's happening inside the body, so you can get that same kind of, oh, my muscles hurt, but it's internal. It's not bad hurt, you can feel that it's actually doing you good, but don't push yourself too far too quickly, because otherwise you'll wake up in a couple of days' time and movement will be quite uncomfortable, and you'll think, oh my God, what have I done? I feel like I've been run over by a truck. Okay. That's not the idea of it. It's not about feeling the burn. It's about building strength over time. And you build the strength internally by opening up the body, breathing into the belly, taking your mind and absorbing the mind into the body and down to the point that 3 fingers width below your tummy button and back inside the body, which they refer to as the lower Tandien. Right, I'm going to shut up because I'm rambling this morning. And I must admit, I've woken up this morning and inside I'm feeling a bit sort of side, and I need to move and open up. So that's what we're going to start with this morning. Just feet together, find your shoulder width. Don't know where I'm starting this morning. And then softening down through the feet. So you just allow the feet to relax and expand onto the floor. So we're just going to create our alignments through the body so we can stand comfortably. And then just being aware of the ankle joints, let the ankle joints just open. And get your breathing going into your belly. And opening the knees. And just pay attention to what's going on in the leg, just looking for that sweet spot where everything can sort of line up and you can just stand comfortably. Then opening the hips, relaxing the muscles on the outside of the thigh, letting the tailbone tuck under so it just drops. That opens up your lower back and sinks you into your quad. So it's like you're sitting down on a stool. And then the shoulders come back to rest comfortably over the hips, but don't pull your shoulder blades back and don't let the shoulders sort of loll forward. There's that sort of natural, comfortable point, sweet spot if you like, that opens up the back. Then the chin tucks in very gently to open up the neck and then empty the neck. And then the head is suspended from space to raise your spirit. With all the bones floating upright, let the muscles just release and sink. Just breathing into the belly, softening the mind. Let whatever random thoughts want to wander across the brain do whatever it is they can do, but you don't have to chase them. Just let them do what they do and wander off. Acknowledge them if you have to, but just bring the mind now down into the body. Opening up as you breathe in, closing as you breathe out. Breathe in, let the hands come up the centre line. So the palms come up over the head. And then breathe out, circling the arms down, releasing the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, and softening the hands. Breathing fall into a nice pattern that works for you. One more. Bring the hands up the centre line to the chest. Breathing in. Breathe out. Let the hands float down to sort of come to rest by the sides. And just taking stock, softening the feet, the ankles, the knees, the hips. Tailbone drops, shoulders resting comfortably over the hips, chin tucked in gently to open up the neck, head suspended from space, all the bones floating upright. Let the muscles release and sink. All the soft tissue sinks. Just get your breathing, connect that back with the belly again, so you're opening as you breathe in, closing as you breathe out. Let the mind absorb into the body and sink down to the belly. Don't forget you're looking for Sung, that ability to sort of clench your fists and then release, but you're doing that all over your body. So find where you're holding yourself tight, tense and rigid, and just release. You're looking for areas of resistance, so you can just let them go. The odd thing about tension is it can feel quite perfectly normal until you discover it, and then you think, oh, that's interesting. And until you work out where you're holding yourself tight, tense and rigid and where the resistance is in your body, it's very, very difficult to actually get rid of it because you don't even know it's there. And then we're going to change. Breathing in, hands come up to the chest. And at chest height, breathing out, turn left palm up, right palm turns down. Breathing in, let the hands come back to the chest. And breathing out, swap the hands. One more. And then just bring the hands back up to the chest. Turn the palms to the floor, breathe out and let the hands float down. And just resting on your feet, arms hanging comfortably by the sides. Softening the feet, ankles, knees, hips, tailbone drops, spine elongates, shoulders resting comfortably over the hips, chin tucked in gently, head suspended from space. All the bones floating upright, muscles release and sink. And then just relaxing the body, switching off the arms, and just turn the waist so that the arms can just swing. Okay, so the waist is turning, that's moving your shoulders. And the arms are just moving from side to side because the momentum transferred from the waist. And then softening down through the legs and the hips in particularly, so you can turn your waist. If you're holding your hip joint rigid, you'll twist and put torque down through the knee, and the knee, although it can do that, doesn't like it, and it doesn't do you much good over time. So you have to release the hips, and you do that by engaging a different set of muscles down through the quad, which is the bikini crease of the legs. Yeah. And then just allow the tailbone to drop as though you're sitting down. Just watch what's going on with your knees. If you're getting any discomfort in your knees, then just come up into the stance, shake your legs off if you need to. But you shouldn't be twisting down through the hips, or down from the hips. Now that can take a bit of practice to actually work out what on earth I'm talking about. But there's a different kind of mechanics that goes on with the legs when you're doing Qigong and Tai Chi. And just really just relax all the muscles down the spine now. So you're turning the waist, the spine staying fairly upright. So you're not swaying from side to side. And you're just allowing the arms just to release. So softening your shoulders. Releasing the upper arms, biceps, triceps. Opening the elbows. Softening the forearms, releasing the wrists, and emptying the hands. The hands now become heavy, like a weight, and the arms are acting like a piece of rope. Just keep the waist turning. Shoulders are doing very little actually, they're just staying in line with the hips. The hips are released, legs soft. Change, let the hands go out to the sides. So again, the momentum of the arms is dictated by the turning of the waist. Really switch the arms off. Feel the momentum through the body. How everything is connected. And change, so just come to rest, softening feet, ankles, knees, hips, tailbone dropped. Shoulders resting comfortably over the hips with the spine elongated, chin tucked in gently to open up the neck, then empty the neck, and head suspended from space. Let all the soft tissue just release and sink. Turn your breathing back to your belly, opening and closing on the in and the out breath. So opening on the in breath, closing on the out breath. And then palms to the floor, bring the hands forward, breathing in, opening up. And breathe out. Let the hands float down. You can, if you want to, sink into your thighs a bit more, just to go a bit lower. That increases pressure on heart and lungs to become more aerobic. And let the mind sink into the belly, opening as you breathe in, closing as you breathe out. One more. And then from there, just allow the fingers, hips to turn to the right, circling up the hands. Right hand in front of the face, left hand comes down, so you're holding a ball in center, both palms down. And then just turn the waist to take the arms around to the right hand side. Turn the palms, swapping the hands, so you're crossing the fingertips across the left wrist as you square the hips. And then turn the other side. Turn the palms across the left fingertips across the right wrist. Again, relaxing down, softening the legs, releasing the hips, engaging the quad, tucking the tailbone. So the movement is coming from the waist again, so the shoulders are doing very little, just sitting comfortably over the hips. Waist is turning, spine released, relaxed, shoulders released, relaxed, and then the hands are swapping over, using the elbows as a hinge, as a pivot. And just let your breathing fall into a nice regular pattern that works for you. One more. And then as you square your hips, just circle the hand up, the lower hand up to come to chest height. And just breathe out, let the hands just float down by the sides. And then we're closing our hands over the belly, so knuckle of the thumb in the tummy button, rest the palm down, the other hand comes in flat over the top. Left hand under right for men, right hand under left for ladies. Again, just settling down onto the feet, softening the feet, opening the ankles, opening the knees, and the hips. Tailbone drops, shoulders resting comfortably over the hips, chin tucked in gently, head suspended from space, bones floating upright, muscles just relax and release. Breathing into the belly, let the mind absorb itself down into the belly. And then change, bring the hands up, wiggling the fingers at the ends of the arms. Softening your shoulders, sinking the elbows, emptying the wrists and the hands. Bring the hands down, let the arms just hang, and circle the fingers at the ends of the arms. Change, resting comfortably on the feet, and you're breathing, come up onto your toes. Breathe out, close and drop. Breathing in, opening, and breathe out. One more. And relax. Just shake off the legs, shake off the ankles. Circling the knees. And back. find your shoulder width, and just circling the hips to loosen off the hip joints, and back the other way, and then just circling the shoulders, back the other way. Change, just turn your head over one shoulder, feel the stretch but don't force it, and then back over the other side, back and back, and then let the head just drop onto the chest, and then slowly circle your head round, all the way around, and then come back. And we are done. So thank you so very much for joining me again this morning. I hope you enjoyed the set. As always, if you can tag, share and like, let people know that we are doing this. Having said that, from September I'm only going to be doing one of these on a Monday morning as a free class, and then they will be carrying on weekdays, but I will be putting them in the Dragon Warrior Gung group for my students. So if you want to carry on and do this on a daily basis, it's just a matter of signing up as a Dragon Warrior or a White Dragon. I'm only doing that simply because I need to make a living, and I give away so much. There comes a point where you have to step back and look at what you're actually doing and think, hang on a minute, I need to make this work for the school and work for my students and the people who are actually supporting me with their monthly subscriptions and memberships. So that's going to be happening from September. If you have any questions or any comments and you would like to leave them in the comments section below, please do, and I can get back to you. We're looking for experiences, any questions that you might have, any feedback that you have on the Qigong set itself will all be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. I will be back at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. That'll be Friday, isn't it? Is it Thursday today? Yes. So Friday morning I'll be back 7 AM. Take care, and I hope you have a really good day.